most of us have had to deal with a narcissist in our life, and we will always. There are so many narcissists in this world, it's almost impossible. Now, maybe you're currently dealing with one and you don't know how to deal with them, right? Because it takes a lot of retraining your brain to learn how to deal with a narcissist. Your past is their playground. Everything they project on you, those are their admissions. Their projections on you are their admissions of their own selves. Every single thing they accuse you of, that is them projecting their own truths on you. Write that one down, remember it, whatever. I'll say it again. When a narcissist is projecting on you, that is their admissions of their own damn truth. That is 100% fact. Hello, everyone. Janna here. I hope you're all having a really great day. As always, thank you for taking time to listen to me, to tune in. I appreciate each and every one of you. So, I have been asked by a lot of people, especially those really close to me, to talk more about narcissism and how to deal with a narcissist. And as I've always said, I think your best teachers in life are your experiences, life experiences. It's the best teacher. And, I had to deal with a narcissist for a very long time, 15 years. And, unfortunately, I'll always have to deal with one. And I didn't know for the longest time that he was a narcissist. Heck, I didn't even know what narcissism was. And once I realized that he was a narcissist, it was mind-blowing to me, right? The way they think is total opposite from the way anyone else thinks, right? And there's absolutely no empathy. There's no empathy whatsoever. There is no ability in these people to be able to feel true emotions. Narcissists are very, very wounded people. They are the most insecure and emotionally sensitive people that there are. And they come off very egotistical. They come off very confident. And it's really hard to think that they could just be this fragile little ego, this fragile little person, but they are. And they are so absolutely terrified of someone finding out who they really, really are. They go to great, great lengths to hide it. And as soon as anyone close to them starts to see their true colors, immediate sabotage, 100%. And the tables turn, and boy, the person that you thought you knew, it's like they did a total 180 and you have no idea who this person is and where they came from. And they do a really damn good job in making you feel like it's all your fault. Every single bit of it. So how is that, right? So today in specific, and I'm going to start to really, really share my knowledge about narcissism, not only here on my podcast, but as well on social media, because it's really, really important to be able to discover these people when they come into your life, because you never know. You never know, because they come in and they just seem like a breath of fresh air. This could be females, men, like truly doesn't matter. And they blindside you. They do the love bombing. They come in and win you over very easily. And they just seem like this great person. That's called love bombing. And that's what they do in the very, very beginning. And then once they realize they have you, right? They got you, right? It's like, okay, we're in. That's when everything else starts, right? The sabotage, the manipulation. And what they do is in the very beginning, they learn everything they can about you, because in the beginning, they're love bombing you. They are the most manipulative people there are. They know exactly what they're doing. And while they pretend they love you and pretend they're smiling and having a good time with you, inside they're looking at you like, sucker, gotcha. And you don't even know it yet. They know exactly what they're doing. So in the beginning of the love bombing stages, you're so blindsided by the actual love and the, oh my God, I can't believe this person came into my life, that they're taking that chance of learning about you because you have become vulnerable now. So what happens when someone comes into your life, they break the walls down and you're just like, oh, I've never felt so close to someone before. And just, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Whoa. That right there, you, honey, are so vulnerable, as you should be. But when it's really true love, right? But narcissists take that vulnerability and while your walls are down and they get to know every little thing about you. Now you might think, Janna, that's what people do in the beginning of relationships. You're right, they do. But the motive and intention behind it is not the same when it's a narcissist. Their motive and intention in wanting to know all about you is because your past, honey, is their playground. Okay? So that's what I want to talk about today in specific. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a layout as to how it happens. So you might be thinking, okay, ooh, yep, I can think about that. Everything was so great in the beginning. I don't understand what happened. And the next thing you know, and you don't even really know you know it, is that they have been manipulating you, starting to turn the tables on you because you fall for this person, you think they're great, right? And then they slowly start to turn all of those vulnerabilities against you. They use them as their weapons, right? So they've learned that, whatever it is that you're sensitive about, whatever your triggers are, because you've opened up to them, like, I really don't like it when people do this. And I've always felt like I would just never fit in my whole life. Well, that's great. You told them that, but they're not your friend, honey. They're going to use it against you down the road tenfold. So your past is their playground. Remember that. Now, most of us have had to deal with a narcissist in our life, and we will always. There are so many narcissists in this world, it's almost impossible. Now, maybe you're currently dealing with one and you don't know how to deal with them, right? Because it takes a lot of retraining your brain to learn how to deal with a narcissist. It took me a long time. It took me a really, really long time to learn how to deal with one. A lot of pain. And I finally just started to realize, okay, every single time I thought this person I was going to finally reach them. I got them. I reached them. Nope. And finally I was like, you know what? It ain't working for me doing it that way. It's just not. I am done giving that person what they want. They are doing it, what they are doing on purpose. Every little thing that person did and said to me, he knew my triggers. He knew my reactions when he pushed the trigger, and then whoop, wrap it around and boom, punch you in the gut. Does that sound familiar? And it just tore me down. It tore me down. I had no confidence. I had no self-esteem. I was told I was stupid and dumb. I wouldn't amount to anything. And it hurt so much because I thought, man, this person used to love me, right? What did I do wrong? What about me do I need to change for this person to love me? Now, this was the me a long time ago before I learned how to deal with a narcissist and how to communicate with one. And here's the thing, you don't want to deal with them. If you're dealing with one, that means you're interacting way too much. You just want to know how to shut them down. That's it. Your strengths are their weaknesses. Remember that. They typically attack people who are very sensitive and empathetic because those people respond the most to anyone who's not sensitive and empathetic. I am an extremely empathetic and sensitive person emotionally. And so when I see something or someone hurting and then someone who just doesn't give two shits about it, it really upsets me because I don't understand it. So that's why for me in my life, it took a lot of years of just learning that I was never going to reach that person. So then I started to study about narcissism, how to deal with one. And I just kept reading disengage, don't engage, disengage, don't engage. Your past is their playground. Everything they project on you, those are their admissions. Their projections on you are their admissions of their own selves. Every single thing they accuse you of, That is them projecting their own truths on you. Write that one down, remember it, whatever. I'll say it again. When a narcissist is projecting on you, that is their admissions of their own damn truth. That is 100% fact. So once you get to understand how a narcissist works and how they think, how they talk, how they communicate, what their motives are, it is a game changer in your life because you can never win at their game. You don't have the ability to think that way. Thank goodness, right? Honey, they can never win at your game either. They don't even know how to play. It scares them that you're strong. It scares them that you have the confidence and the ability to feel, to love, to be loved. It terrifies them. You need to stop letting a narcissist control you. For the longest time, I used to think, well, what if I give up and what if I leave and what if this? But then they change. And then, I left them. Well, what the F if? If someone's meant to be in your life and y'all are meant to be together, if you fucking leave them, you're going to end up together, aren't you? But tell me this. Do you think that God really put you together with someone who's going to treat you like shit? No. You need to give yourself more credit. You need to prop yourself up more. You need to set some boundaries. Narcissists hate boundaries. Hate it. They do not like boundaries. They do not like it when they can't trigger you. You want to watch a narcissist squirm? I'll tell you how. Stop letting them trigger you. Do not give them the reaction that they want from their shitty action to you. I remember the first time that I purposely chose to react differently to the narcissist that was in my life. I remember exactly what it was, what was said, and I so desperately just wanted to start crying and give him the reaction that I knew he was after. I just couldn't believe, why? How could he look at me and be mean to me? Who could do that to another human? And I just realized that's exactly what he wants, Janna. Don't give it to him. So I didn't. Now, I'm not saying that at first, inside I wasn't crumbling. I'll be damned if I was going to let him see that again. So on the outside, I just looked straight ahead and was like, maybe so. Yeah, sure. You should have seen the look on his face. Baffled. What? You could just see it. And then he went in deeper, right? Just try to stick the knife in deeper. Said something even uglier. I was like, yep, maybe you could be right. And I walked away. It was like I had pissed off a beehive, right? He didn't know what to do. That was a turning point for me where I realized, okay, all right. And though it still hurt from what he was saying, I started to realize that was just him. It wasn't me anymore. So if you've listened to any of the past few episodes from this season, there's one titled "To Stop Putting Labels on Yourself." Well, that took that label off. Nope. He put this label on me. I'm not going to keep that label on me anymore. I believe differently. And so a thing with a narcissist is that when you learn to deal with one, communicate with one, is that there's never any surprise at all. Every single thing that they do is to provoke. Every single thing is self-serving. I'm sorry. There is absolutely no other motive. Every single thing that they do, that they say, that they pretend, it is self-serving. They do not know anything else. They just don't, right? And the things that they do that seem like they're really nice, it's for a show. Everything they do is for a show. It's for how it looks. How does my world look to these people? That's all they give a shit about. They don't give a shit about you. Narcissists care more about hurting you than they care about their own kids. That's the damn truth. Like it or not, it's the truth. It has nothing to do with the kids. It is them. It is all them. They are sick. They cannot think anything different. They just can't. So stop worrying yourself thinking that there's something wrong with you, because there's not. The only thing wrong with you is that you've been putting up with too much shit for too long, and it's time to get the F out. So your past is a narcissist playground. All right. Don't forget that. Now, once you start to understand this and kind of get these ideas in your head, and then you start to apply it and really think back, you'll realize, Yep, they keep going back to this playground. That's all they have. So everything new that they learn about you, they put that on the playground. Oh, and put that back there on the old merry-go-round. Yeah, and go round and round. That's all they do, round and round. Woo! How about don't get on the fucking merry-go-round? Don't get on the playground. Don't give them anything else. Let them have all the past. Yep, okay, heard that song and dance before. Man, wish you'd come up with some new ones, huh? So your past is their playground. And as soon as you know that, knowledge is power, right? I will tell you this much. There is nothing more enjoyable than not giving a narcissist what they want, watching them squirm, watching them play their sad little pathetic game. So if you want to get your power back from a narcissist, you start by not giving them yours, right? Cut the cord. I'm going to be talking a lot about how to deal with a narcissist, right? So, as a narcissist navigator, my goal is to help every single person that has to deal with one know how to navigate through it, because that's what you want to do. You want to navigate through it. You cannot change them. You cannot change the shitty things they do and say, but who cares? It's all lies. Just know that every single thing they project on you, every single thing they accuse you of, every single thing that they demean you for, and all of it, that is them literally admitting to their truths and how they feel about themselves. I'm 100% right on this. And when you think about that, you're like, oh, wow. Therefore, everything that they try to say to hurt you, you just think you're like, man, that's how they feel about themselves. I feel sorry for them. So I hope that this has helped just one person today. I've shared a lot of this information that took me a lot of years and heartache and pain to learn with some very close people in my life who unfortunately had found out, like me, that, someone who they were in a relationship with was a narcissist, and it was mind-blowing and very hurting, earth-shattering to them. And as I helped these people and I realized, like, man, they're listening and they're able to accomplish things that it took me years to do because I had to learn it. I realized I have a lot to share here. And so I'm going to share a lot more on how to navigate with a narcissist. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you soon.